Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2023 and another part of the Journeyman with Chester. That could be the final time we say that in this series. Who knows? Because we have got two interviews today. Obviously, at the end of last episode, we were looking at new jobs, jobs that I'd applied for. We were wanted by Crew, so we thought, well, let's go and apply for it. And while we were at it, we applied for Portsmouth, and Portsmouth are very impressed with us as well. So we've got two interviews coming up for you today. We haven't played any other matches since the FA Trophy quarter-final. Now, before we get in any interviews or anything, let's have a little look at both teams, the respective teams that we've got. Crew first, because they were the team that showed the initial interest. Of course, we had that meeting with the chairman last episode as well, because we wanted to arrange cheaper compensation, and that's exactly what we are trying to do. So Crew are currently in 10th place in League One. They're 9 points off the playoffs with 5 games to go. Probably not going to happen for them, promotion to the Championship this season, but they're in a very good place going forward. Now, if we were to take the Crew job, I'd kind of be inclined to delay till the end of the season and take over in the summer. But with Portsmouth, they are very much in a relegation battle. They are 1 point ahead of Wimbledon with 5 games to go. It's going to be incredibly close to see where they will end up. So, yeah, it's it's an interesting one. That is for sure. So let's have a little look at Portsmouth. How have they done over recent years? Of course, they were in the Premier League as recently as 2010. Wow, I'm feeling old now. I remember Portsmouth being a very, very consistent Premier League side. Of course, they had a horrible season after financial troubles and finished 20th that year under Avram Grant, if I remember correctly. Then they finished 16th the next season in the Championship, then got relegated from the Championship, relegated to League relegated from League One to League Two, nearly dropped out of the Football League altogether, a low point of 16th, but they've slowly brought themselves back up. Haven't quite managed to get back into the Championship yet, but there's a lot of potential there. Reputation-wise, this club are a lot better than what they're showing. They probably deserve to be back in the Premier League. That would be a nice little project for us, really. I think they are a good side, and that would be a nice one to take on. If you look at their playing squad, very, very big is my first impression. Top goal scorer is Owen Dale with 10. Billy Fuller is out on loan at Gosport, who are in the Vanarama South. So realistically, they haven't got too many goal scorers around at the club. Ronan Curtis looks like a decent player. Lots of players on 4 assists. Average rating wise, Ronan Curtis looks their best player. Tactically, they play a 4-2-3-1, so it wouldn't be too much of a departure from what we currently play at Chester. Now, moving on to Crew, let's have a little look at Crew's recent history. If we go on to general, reputation-wise, they're exactly the same. But Crew win the Championship back in 2005 to 6. They've not been there since. They've been a bit of a yo-yo side, up and down from League One and League Two. Recently, at the start of this save, they started in League Two, nearly got relegated out of the Football League in 20th place there. Very, very close to being out of it all, but then finished 6th the next season. Obviously won through the playoffs and finished 9th last season in League One. And now they're 10th, so they're looking like a team that are going places. Again, if you look at their squad, it's a fairly big squad. I think we'd like to reduce that down a little bit. But generally, that's not too bad. Top goal scorer we know is Brandon Henlon. 16 goals from 31 stars. So we've got 14 for Victor Akinwale. Is that? Yeah. Chris Long as well, 10 from 12 starts. Top assists, Kieran Evans, 7 for Colquitt. And a few players looking good on the average ratings. What do they play tactically? 4-2-3-1. So again, it's not much to really go into. They have lost their last 2 games in the league, which is a shame for them. If we look at Portsmouth, they've had a better run of form. They've won their last 2. So it is very, very interesting to see who is going to come out on top out of these. So let's attend the crew interview first. So hello, Joe. We've invited you along today so we can put forward our vision for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations for us to consider should we decide to hire you. Okay, let's get started. I want to take the next step. Why do you want to leave your current job? I mean, to be honest, let's go for the momentum argument. It would be quite a change for you if you were to leave your current job to come here. You're confident of handling such a big jump. I'm ambitious. I want to work at the very highest level and want to be given opportunities such as this one. Okay. Are you perhaps looking to move on from your current job while things are going well and your stock is high? Momentum again. Are you able to ease our worries about your apparent failure to cultivate a strong dressing room atmosphere? I mean, that happened a long time ago. You've previously been embroiled in media controversies, citing your inability to command the support of your players. What can you say to address those concerns? I've still managed to be successful despite that, which I think is the main thing to take away from that subject. Yeah, you would be potentially replacing someone who did not enjoy a good relationship with our fans. Could you do better? To my knowledge, I wouldn't care. I try to forge a strong bond with the supporters in every way, taking into account the club is probably overachieving to a degree. Could you keep that going? I've done it before and have a wealth of experience to draw upon. Yeah, let's go for that one. None of them were really ideal. We would like to know when you intend to establish yourself as the club's manager. Are you able to take charge now, or do you need more time to join? Right. I'm happy to take charge immediately. I can't wait to start the job. I'd prefer to see out the season at my current club before joining. I'd prefer to take charge at the end of the season. I feel it would be the best for the players if we were able to have that time together to prepare for the new campaign without the previous one impacting upon it. Long-term vision. So they want to play defensive football, direct, counter-attack, and sign players under the age of 23, work within the wage budget, grow the club's reputation, maximum one-year contracts for players over the age of 32. Okay, just going for top half finishes then. We're not expecting anything out of you this season. We'll discuss next season's objectives at a later date. That's fine. I don't really think we want to do anything else other than potentially coaching badges. Yes, this one. We believe in allowing you is a fair request, and it will improve the quality of our players. Very good. Nothing else, please. That just about covers everything. We'll now go away and review the process before determining who becomes our new manager. Good luck. We'll be in touch. Right. I'll head over to the Pompey interview now. Apparently, I'm set for that. Apparently 16-1. I'm now 15-2. I'm a leading contender, but I'm still not the favourite. Let's have a look at the Pompey job. Are we going to have the same thing? Yeah, it looks like we're going to have the same questions. If there's anything interesting, I'll bring you in on it. Okay, so that's all done then. Well, we will see what happens. Let's continue on. We'll do a couple of days, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what happens. Why does Joe Thomas, why is he asking to play more games? That is very, very strange. He's played 26 games this season. We've played, 38? He's only not played 12 games, and that's through fitness rather than anything else. So let's see. Squad player? Yeah, he takes that one. It's a risky one, that one. If your players aren't as good, reports-wise, they're more likely to accept that as an excuse, if you like. But yeah, very, very interested to see if we get one of those jobs. I wouldn't be too disappointed if we didn't get it, but fingers crossed we will. Oh, well, there you go. That was very, very quick. So Portsmouth have offered us a job. Right, 1.8k a week. I mean, we're automatically taking it. That is triple our current wage to take the managerial role at Fratton Park, believing you to be the ideal person to replace ex-manager Sol Campbell. Interesting. Of course, former Pompey player. So they want us to develop the players using the club's youth system. That's absolutely fine. They want us to work within the wage budget, grow the club's reputation, maximum 1-year contracts for players over the age of 34. This season, avoid relegation from the Sky Bet League 1, and then going into next season, looking at top half finishes. A 1.6 million transfer budget. That's insane. 93,000 on the wage budget, and we've agreed to increase our coaching badges. I did show you a couple of episodes ago, I think. But we now have a National A licence, so we will be heading into the Continental licenses very, very soon. But we have had a bid from Portsmouth, and they came in first, so I feel like we have to go for it. We could delay it for a week, but I kind of want to get stuck in with the job. Let's have a little look. When is their next match? The 2nd of April, so that gives us about a week to get used to it. We've got good experience of playing at Reading. Then we've got Peterborough away, then Derby at home, Lincoln away, and then Cheltenham on the last day of the season. I mean, those are going to be some pretty tough matches between now and the end of the year. Playing at 4 top 10 clubs, and then a relegation rival on the last day of the season. That's going to be huge, but for the series, we have to go for it. So it's now time to say goodbye to Chester. And what a journey it has been. We joined Chester, 18 months ago in game. They were fighting relegation. No, it wasn't. It would have been. It would have been 30 months ago now. When did we start? 23rd of the... let's have a look at this. Job history. When did I take over? Yeah, so we have been there two years now. Very interesting. Yeah, we took over. We led Chester to a mid-table finish in our first season after, taking them over in a relegation scrap. We then led them to promotion last season, and we've had a terrific year this year, building on that momentum and, building on this wonderful unbeaten streak that we ended last year with. And, even if you look at the year before, we had a terrific run with them as well. January to February, we won a lot of matches, so we've got good form, and really, really happy. Obviously, some players that I'm going to miss terribly. Kellen Hickinson, a terrific player, 22 years old, scored 21 in that first season, then 16 last season and 10 already this year. Very, very good. Harrison Burke, 23-year-old defender, could be an absolute superstar. Is wanted by sort of top half of League Two clubs. Could be somebody that we take with us eventually. Ekwa Olimbi, a hero this season. You know, we spent a lot of money on him, but boy, was he worth it. Bobby Jones, of course, we brought him in from Stockport. Had him on loan at Kidderminster in our first job. It'd be bad, sad to say goodbye to him. George Glendon, a terrific captain, and I think he'll probably be out of the side with a new manager, unfortunately for him. Horatio, of course, the 5'3" absolute ninja. Never really lived up to it in the Vanarama National, but I think will be a very, very good player in the future. If you look at that, could improve a lot. So I think he will be a very good player. And of course, where is he? Scorsi Dodomo, the man, the myth, the legend, 29 years old, obviously out on loan this season, but had a great year last year, came in, did a job for us this year. What a legend. What a ledge. And, we leave Chester in a very good position. We won our last match. Of course, I'm disappointed I'm not going to get to see through the FA Trophy and a potential promotion push, but it is what it is. We've got to move on. We got to leave with our head held high. So that is what we're going to do, and we're going to hand in our resignation notice immediately. The last thing I'm going to do is just go through and save me tactics, but I'll be back for the formal signing of the contract in just a second. Here we go then. Let's start the negotiations. Of course, we're going to try and get a little bit more money out of them. They're going to give us a 1-year contract to start off with. Let's try and go for £2,000. Hey, straight away they accept that, and we are going to be joining Portsmouth. So here we go. We're leaving a very, very cushy position where we are A+ on the board's confidence. Only C+ on the fans. But as soon as I press spacebar, it's all over. Bye-bye, Chester. Everybody say bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Oh, dear. Right, we're moving right down to the south coast then, as Portsmouth hire Hannard in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. Joe Hannard has left Chester to join Portsmouth. He arrives with a record of 84 wins, 38 draws and 53 defeats in his career. His first game in charge will be against Reading in the Sky Bet League One. He'll face the pressure to bring immediate success to Fratton Park, having stepped up from his previous standing to take sole charge, and will need to hit the ground running if he is to win those over who believe this appointment is a questionable decision. Michael O'Neill was considered to be the favourite, particularly after he was spotted attending an interview, but they ultimately preferred a different candidate. Chester will now be looking for a new manager. I prefer to use a diamond narrow formation. I don't remember that. Other than at Kidderminster. We struggled at Kidderminster and was eventually sacked, but we'll now be hoping for a better experience upon taking the Portsmouth post. Portsmouth currently find themselves well down in the Sky Bet League One table in 19th position at this late stage of the year. They've lost 3 of the last 5. Okay then, there's a brief history. Of course, they've won the Premier League in the past, the FA Cup in the past as well, and apparently they haven't won a trophy for 7 years. They must have won the Papa John's Trophy, did they? Oh, of course, I think they beat Sunderland in the final. Am I right about that? I might be wrong. Rich Hughes is the assistant, or is the director of football. Sam Hudson is the assistant manager. Fierce rivals, of course, are Southampton. Right, continue on. That's a diamond. I don't think we're going to be playing a diamond, I'm going to be honest with you. But let's continue on. We will continue with all of those. That's fine. Playing time expectations. Okay. Let's confirm that. That's fine. I've attached a report, so this is our fans' stuff. They want to be competitive against Southampton and be competitive against Brighton or Bournemouth as well. Remain in the league. Okay. I mean, we could find ourselves sacked very, very quickly with this job. Of course, we need to create a tactic. To be honest, I think we're going to go for the 4-2-1-1-2 for the moment, just because that's what we've been having success with recently, and I think with a lot of away matches, we want to be counter-attacking. Best player seems to be this guy, Travis Patterson, who's in on loan from Aston Villa. Doing okay so far this season, is a left back. Can obviously play left winger as well. Ronan Curtis as well. He's a winger but can play striker, advanced forward. Very, very good attributes. Has been at Portsmouth for absolutely donkey's years. So looking forward to playing him. Owen Dale looks like a decent player. Again, a winger though. We might have to actually change our tack here and go for wingers. Sean Raggett and this guy. What on earth is... How do you pronounce that? Joel Latibaudier. Who's he wanted by? He's wanted by Aberdeen. I'm not sure Scottish people are going to be able to pronounce that name very well. Paul Thompson, 18-year-old, new gen, looks very good. Wow. Has he got Premier League potential? He has. Wow. This guy could be good. We'll definitely be looking to play him. Logan Pye, left back. Odu. Again, another winger, but can play attacking midfield as well. Colby Bishop is a striker. Daniel Batty, a couple of defensive mids there. So it's very, very tough. It's very tough to decide. You want two strikers up top, really, but how do you bring wingers into it as well? Well, we'll just have to see, won't we? Matthew Clark, goodness me, he looks like a good player. Could improve a lot. Has played 10 matches this year and is only Vanarama National Standard. I'm starting to see why Portsmouth are in the position they're in. Have they got a decent goalkeeper? Oh dear. Their best goalkeeper is Joshua Olawayemi. Right. Do they have any other goalkeepers? They've got Josh Ramsey. Am I missing something here? Who's been playing in goal for them? And why can't I look at anything else to do with the squad? That seems a bit weird, doesn't it? Did they lose their keeper in January? Yes, Nathan Bishop. Okay. So they lost their keeper in January. I think we're past... Oh, no. Oh, right. So we do have a couple of days on transfers. For free transfers, that is. Are there any goalkeepers about? I don't think so. I think we might actually have to look at... international players. Any international players that are decent? I mean, I just wouldn't have a clue. Do any of them have goalkeeper? Well, there's a goalkeeper there. This guy, he was playing. He wasn't even managing to get into a Vanarama North side. So, yeah, I think we're just going to have to work that out as we go along for next season. Right. I'll go ahead and sort out this squad, work out what I want to do tactically, that sort of thing. And we might as well play our first match in charge against Reading. So I'll see you guys for that in a second. Well, and I've just been continuing on, and they've done some crazy stuff at Chester. Cumbeni has mutually terminated his contract. Not really sure why. It looks like Fuster has as well. Billy Fuster has mutually terminated his contract. Pierce has been as well. Yeah, not entirely sure what's happened there or why they've done it. They haven't played Yeovil yet. Favourites for the job. If we go into staff, let's have a little look. Oh, this is all broke again. Let's go match manager. There we go. Favourite for the job is Harrison Greystone, who is Darlington manager. He is apparently wanted by Sutton. Who knows whether he will actually take on the Chester role. But yeah, I just thought that was absolutely bonkers. Right, here we go then for our first team meeting. Worryingly, managerial support quite low already. Yeah, let's go for that one. I won't lie, I was hoping for a more high-profile appointment. I don't want to make any promises. That's fine. Let's... But I'm confident we can beat the drop. Hey, nice. Right, raise hands. Exactly the sort of reaction. They're happy with the code of conduct, which is good. Okay, you know, it could have been worse. We've increased their morale, which is good. Fingers crossed we've turned some opinions around. And, well, we can go into the Reading game and give it a good go. Okay, some staff signings that we are pulling out at the start of our reign. Simon Clark is coming in as a scout. Decent ability and potential was suggested in a staff meeting. Chris Houghton is going to be joining. Really excited about this one. He has pretty much been out of work since leaving Sunderland, was his most recent club. Doesn't want to be a manager anymore, so he's going to be coming in as a scout. Really excited about that. His experience, of course, is fantastic. A former Newcastle manager as well. Ramasut is coming in as a coach. Excellent attributes, again suggested in a staff meeting. So we've got ourselves some new staff, which is really lovely to see. We've got Craig Hinchcliffe coming in as a goalkeeping coach as well. Has been all around the Scottish game. Again, you know, these are very well fancied staff members in terms of how Football Manager rates them. So I'm really pleased with that, actually. Well, Phil Parkinson has taken the job at Chester. Didn't he just... it's a different Phil Parkinson. That makes a lot more sense now. Phil Parkinson. Because I could swear he took another job. Yeah, he took the Rochdale job. Right, that's the Phil Parkinson. That's a different Phil Parkinson. Right, it all makes a lot of sense. So he's taking the Chester job, which is interesting. Tactically, they're going for 3 at the back, actually. Very different approach. They did lose to Yeovil 2-0, interestingly. Drew 1-1 with Dagenham and Redbridge. So, yeah. Who knows if they're going to qualify for the playoffs, but yeah, interesting nonetheless. We'll keep an eye on Chester, but our focus now is with Pompey. Right then, this is our team to face Reading. We are going with the 4-2-1-1-2 counter-attack. Reading are top of the league, so they're a very different side to the one we took on in the FA Cup with Chester earlier in the season, but we'll give it a good go nonetheless. So we've got Joshua Olawayemi in goal. We've then got Rafferty Raggett Latty, Joel Latty. He is going to be Latty. Let's go for Latty. Latty in defence with Travis Patterson at left back. We've then got Marlon Pack and Daniel Batty as our defensive midfielders, and Josh Sheehan starting in the middle of the park. Owen Dale will be an attacking midfielder. He is a winger, but has been playing too well this season to not play, so he's going to play through the middle. And Ronan Curtis and Colby Bishop will start up top. So let's get into it. 7 players on the bench. I believe we can get or use 5 of them. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a massive, massive match. I'm really, really nervous about it. If we get absolutely pummeled here, it could be an absolute disaster. Let's pump our fists, tell them that we've got faith. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's just keep going with the same stuff we were doing at Chester. And here we go. Brand new graphics, everybody. Sky Bet League One graphics. Reading, of course, looking very, very good. Here's us as Portsmouth, Pompey, and there is the league table. I don't like that graphic particularly. We're 1 point clear of the relegation zone. And here we go then. Football League at, what was it again? I cannot remember what it was. It was like Sports Car Direct Arena or something, wasn't it? Here's Hill into the middle. It's away. Here's Swift. Oh, excellent tackle. Swift again. Oh, and Rafferty gets it. Here's Curtis now. We're on the counter-attack. Curtis on the ball. Go on, son. Gets it to Batty now. Batty to Patterson. Patterson gets it through to Dale. And it's Bishop with the shot. Oh, it's offside. It is offside. I thought we'd had him there. I mean, it was a lovely little move. Patterson forward to Dale. But yes, he was well offside. Fair enough. But there you go. Positive start, you would suggest. Let's see if we can keep that going. Here's Swift, whips it into the middle. It is there, and it is 1-0 now to Reading. Yaku Mete, who made our lives a nightmare when we played Reading earlier in the season with Chester, and that's just disappointing goalkeeping. And it's 1-0 to Reading. Let's have a little look at the league table. Oh, well, we're playing in the early kickoff, so we could be in a bit of trouble here. Hill with the header off the post. Oh, and I mean, you know, they've got barely anybody supporting them. Here's Stevanovic. He whips it in. It's away. Here's Arfield now on the ball. It's Hailed. No. End of highlight. Right then. Let's see if we can get ourselves back into the match. We're going to be encouraging them. Olawemi gets it away. He has Raggett, gets it to Pack. Now to Curtis on the ball. Curtis loses it. He has Pack. Dale was there, but couldn't run onto it. Chiodini. Helder to Swift. Fure Helder again to Hill. Swift. Long highlights, usually ending goals. Let's hope that this isn't a Reading one. Smith. Yeah, clears it over. This is not good. Here's Darbo. Darbo on the right-hand side gets it to Arfield now. Arfield into the middle. Oh, and Mete nearly scored. Yeah, Reading have been the better side in this half. There's no doubt about that. And we're going into half-time now. 1-0 down. Let's put our hands on our hips and say, we're underdogs. Let's salvage a draw. It would be, you know, we'd take a point in our first match in charge. But we could be in trouble. If we get relegated and sacked, we could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, dear. But, well, now seems to be happening here. Let's see if we can make a difference with some of the players on the bench. Yeah, I think perhaps playing Tony Knowles. Let's get Tony Knowles in there. Paul Thompson is going to come in as well. Ronan Curtis not having the best of games, so he's going to come off. Daniel Batty not having the best of games, so we'll put Sheehan there, and then we'll put O'Dur in the middle of the park. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Can we have 5? I think we can, can't we? So Jake O'Brien can come on for Latte. Anyone else? Anyone else? We might bring Hackett on for Corey Bishop in a minute. Okay. 35 minutes to go. Come on. Let's do this. We're going to go attacking now. See if we can grab an equaliser. Certainly played better in the second half. We actually have a better XG than Reading. Here's Stevanovic. Whips it over. Patterson gets there. Only as far as Darbo, though. Here's Darbo to Arfield. To Darbo again. Over the top. Patterson chases Arfield. He switches the play to Wintle now. Wintle with a shot, and it's in the bottom corner. And it's Reading 2, Portsmouth 0. And that is exactly what we didn't want. Right, time to bring on Hackett up top. 5th and final substitution. 4 minutes of added time. But now it happens, and we lose our first match in charge. Right. Trust the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's a bad team talk. Ouch. Let's send the assistant to that, because I want to continue on. I want to see what the rest of the results were. That was a Thursday match. That's a very odd day to have a match, isn't it? Have we got matches on the Friday as well? Yes, let's have a little look then. Let's see where we end up at the end of the episode. Still 19th. So AFC Wimbledon grabbed a point. Shrewsbury didn't. Wrexham, Cheltenham and Cambridge are looking gone. But we're still out of the relegation zone by the skin of our teeth. So we'll see how we get on tomorrow in the next episode. What are we going to do? You know what? We'll play the Peterborough and Derby matches off camera, and then we'll be back for Lincoln and Cheltenham in a potential relegation special. Who knows? Who knows? But I'd love to stay in the division, rebuild the side, and get ourselves moving on up the league into next season. That would be absolutely fantastic. But a new journey begins, and we'll obviously have brand new titles tomorrow to celebrate the fact that we have now joined Pompey. Wonderful. Former Premier League team, of course. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can achieve up in League One. So if you have enjoyed it, give it a big, massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.